Good evening, friends. On behalf of Joshi's Kerala group, we have been having a series of special sessions for acupressure from Krishnamurti Lakshmana sir. And on behalf of all of you, we welcome Krishnamurti Lakshmana sir for this special session on meridians. Lastly, we started with meridians in the last session, and we ended up with yin and yang meridians. And now in this session, let us learn more about meridians. And Krishnamurti sir has been helping people learn so much by clearing so many doubts, making us realize our doubts, and learn from the art of healing, from learning it basically from the scratch. So let us welcome Krishnamurti sir without wasting much time. A warm welcome to you, sir. Please take over. Thank you, sir. Good evening, sir.
Yeah, thank you. So, hello, friends. Okay. So, I'm audible, visible, and the screen is visible. Everything is okay?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay, great. So, once again, welcome, friends, to today's session. In the first class, we studied about ki or chi. And in the second class, we studied about the path in which the ki flows, that is the meridian. So today we will continue the learning about the meridian. So it is a very interesting topic. Okay. And here I have told mechanics of meridian. Okay. And I have shown a picture of flute. Okay. Instead of showing a meridian. So, and I have tried to present this topic in a very, very different way, which is not in the textbooks. Okay. And so that is why I have put this disclaimer. Since these are unexplored topics, okay, please take it with a pinch of salt. Okay. So, there may be small mistakes here and there, but more or less it is all correct. But because the attempt is to present the knowledge in a very different way and easy to digest, rather than putting it the same way which is there in the textbook. So that is why I have made this disclaimer. So let us first understand a flute, and then based on that understanding, we will try to understand the meridians. Okay. So flute is a hollow object, and there is input, inflow at one end, and on the other end there is outflow. And what flows in that hollow object? It is what flows inside the flute? It is air, right? So the air comes in and the air goes out. But in this process of coming in and going out, what happens? So air is coming in and air is going out. But in this process of coming and going, something is happening. All those no, for whom it is possible, open your cameras so that I can see your faces. So I know how much you are understanding, or and if you have opened the camera, focus it on your face. Don't focus it on the roof, fan, etc. Okay. So what I was telling is, the air is coming in and the air is going out, but between this coming in and going out, the air is producing what? It is producing sound, right? Air is producing sound. Okay. While you are blowing in, it was just air. You are blowing in the air. But when it is coming out, it is coming out with lot of melody, and it is coming out with lot of sound, different types of different tones of sound. Okay. Now with this, you gave one, but it came out as something else. Okay. Now with this, we will try to understand the meridian. So we have discussed, when we were discussing the key, we told that, there are two main types of key which body receives. Okay, one is the key which we get it through the food and water that we take in. Okay, that is which is coming from the earth. No, all the food and other part is the product of the earth. So we call it as earthly energy or earthly key. So which goes into the body through the mouth and the nose. Okay, it is not going through the meridian. This key is not going through the meridian, but it is going through the alimentary canal. That is your digestive tract. So the mouth and the nose, it is going. That is the deep bioenergy. But there is another type of energy which is just getting infused into the body. Okay, that is the cosmic energy which is there around us. That cosmic energy gets infused into the body, and this cosmic energy is called as heavenly key. Okay, which is coming from the cosmos. So how does this cosmos, the energy which we are receiving from cosmos, how does it enter the body, is what we are trying to understand now. Okay, everybody knows how the food gets entered. Okay, so it goes into the mouth, gets chewed, goes into the stomach, from there it goes into small intestine, large intestine, right? So this all of us know, but how does this energy from the cosmos get into the bodies, we are trying to understand. So this key is a combination of all the 5 fundamental energies. We have discussed this earlier. So while we were discussing key, say what is key? Key is say we have 5 fundamental elements. This we take in and it has its own energy, the 5 energies. Okay. So this element, okay, we consume in the form of food and water. Okay. Food and water. The earthly energy, which I told. Okay, the element. So your rice, your tomato, your potato, all of that is made out of what? 5 elements only, right? Or is it made out of something else? Is it made out of 5 elements only or something else? The food that we consume. Okay, so this is the and the energy of the 5 elements. Each element has its own energy, right? So this energy is what we are receiving as from cosmos. Okay, so this cosmic energy, a combination of all the 5 individual energies, is called as ki or chi. Okay, so now this, all these invisible energies, okay, say you can see the water, okay, you can see the water in a glass, but when you touch the water, you feel a coldness, you feel the coldness. Can you see the coldness? You can see the water, but can you see the coldness of the water? No, right? So similarly, you can see the fire, the flame, but the flame is giving you the warmth, right? Can you see the warmth? No, right? So that is what I have written. So you can see the fire, it is a visible element, but its energy, the heat, is invisible. So when you combine all these invisible energies and club together, it forms ki. Okay, ki is equal to all this wind, heat, humidity, dryness, coldness, club together. Okay, so when you make it, because there are 5 fundamental energies, so each will be like 20%. Okay, so 20 20 20, so it will create a 100 equal distribution of 100%. So this energy is flowing into the, I have shown, so if this pipe is a meridian, then the water is flowing through the meridian, right? So this will be, this is ki, which is flowing in the pipe, and this pipe is the meridian. So inside the meridian, the ki is flowing. So the pipe is also invisible, and the content which is flowing in that invisible pipe is also invisible. Okay, so far so good. Everybody understood up to this point? Nod your head, do thumbs up, say yes or no. Everybody understood so far? Okay, so now we will try to dig more and try to understand. So now this combined energy enters the meridian. Okay, so I have written ki is the combination of 5 energies. Ki from cosmos gets into the meridian. Okay, and once it comes into the meridian, so before I go into this, see, there are 12 pair of standard meridians. Okay, and all, like, every meridian has different types of points, but even though it has different set of points, there are some points which are common across all the meridians. There are some points which is there in all the meridians. Okay, what is common across all the meridians is what we are trying to understand now. Fine. So there are some set of points which are common across all the meridians. So that common points which are there in all the meridians is what we are trying to understand right now, and how they function. The mechanics behind those points is what we are trying to understand. Okay, just like the flute, one side the air enters and there are many places for the air to go out. So similarly, the ki enters the meridian in one point. Okay, and then because it is a combination of all the 5 elements, right? So now there should be 5 places in that meridian to access the individual energies. right? So I'll just draw this. Okay. Let's say we have so this is the place through which key is entering, but key is made out of the 5 elements, okay, energies, that is wind plus heat plus as one no combined form it enters. So but once it enters, there should be logically, now if I want to module, no, a key is, say wind is say 20%, heat is 20%, humidity is 20%, dryness is 20%, and coldness is 20%. Now it has entered. But I want to, you all are able to see my
Sir,
screen?
not able to see, sir.
The screen is not visible.
It's coming slowly, I guess.
Okay, let me stop share. Now it's visible.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. So what I was telling is, this is the meridian. Okay. I will read. Should I just rewrite it? I'll rewrite it, because this is very important for you to understand. So we have, let's say, a meridian. Okay. And there is, what is happening? Oh, it is taking, there is some lag. Okay. And there is one entry point of key. Okay. And what is the key made up of? Key is made up of all the 5 invisible energies. That is, okay, wind plus heat plus humidity plus coldness. Okay. Let's say each of them is 20%, equally distributed. Okay. This combined thing enters. So logically, if you think, so there should be some place, say somebody requires more heat, let's say more wind. Okay. But for everybody, this is common. Every single person in the universe will get the same key, but your requirement is different, isn't it? So say, let's say someone with a fire constitution, they require more fire. Someone who has no water constitution will require more coldness. So, but this is a common thing across the whole universe. Everyone will get the same key, which infuses into the body. But if you want to change any of the energies, so there should be some point in the meridian through which you can modify the energy. So either you can increase it or decrease it. There should be some point, isn't it? Logically thinking, there should be some point, right? Yes, no? Yes, no? Not nod like this, do like this, or do something. so that I know that you are, no, something is going inside your head, right? There should be some point. So there are 5 energies. So there are 5 points through which you can access and influence the individual energies of this combined energy, right? So the whole energy is coming, but say you want to access only the wind or only humidity, there should be some place for you to access it. So these points, 5 points, through which you can access the individual energies of the key is, let's say, wind point and heat point or humidity, dryness, coldness. Okay, or in terms of, if you want to say in terms of element, it will be the wood point, the fire point, the earth point, the metal point, and the water point. Okay, so through this you will be able to access that individual energy. Okay, so this is, let's say, so there are, so this is clubbed, but if I just want to access one, so this is the point through which you can access the wind. This is the point through which you can access the humidity, and this is the point through which you can access the coldness. Okay, so 5 separate points are there, and these 5 separate points through which I can access the energy individually is called as 5 shoe points. Okay, what is 5 shoe points? What is 5 shoe points? 5 shoe points are the points through which the individual energies of the key can be accessed. Okay, clear? So this 5 shoe points are there in all the meridians. Okay. So this is 5 shoe points. So I'm showing my screen. Is it coming?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. So this is what I have written. So it came as one club, and now through these 5 points, I have split it across, and I am able to access independently. So the 5 points through which I am accessing is called as 5 shoe points, but the point through which it is entering is called as what? It is called as the horary point. Okay. The point through which the energy is entering is called as horary point. Okay. So, but this horary point is what? Okay. We will try to understand a little bit more detail about that. Okay. I will come to this. You're able to see my screen? Yes. Okay, let's say we have 12, that is 6 pairs, that 12 meridians. Okay, I will just write these 12 meridians. Okay, so I'll just draw this and say, let's say this is of fire, fire, wood. This is metal, and this is water. This I will keep it separately and talk about it little later, the sixth one. So now let's say these lines are the lines into which the energy is supposed to enter. So now if the energy which is say entering the earth meridian. So why is it called, first of all, earth meridian? It is called because the earth element is more predominant. Okay, in the so let's say all of these are say 10%. Okay, and this is, let's say, 60%, the earth. So earth is predominant in that meridian. The earth energy is predominant in that meridian. That is why it is called earth meridian, or okay, the organs which is associated with the earth, the stomach and spleen. Okay, I am not explaining this because I am assuming that you all know which organ is associated with which energy and all those things. You all know, right? It is all taught, right? Okay. So now if, because that element is predominant, so if the energy is entering the earth energy, so it has to enter through the earth point. Okay, through earth point the key will enter in such a way that earth is predominant, and in the metal point, in the metal meridian, it will enter through metal point. In the wood meridian, it will enter through wood point, and in the fire meridian, it will enter through fire point. So that meridian's energy, what is there, through that point the energy will enter. Should it enter in that way, or it should enter in some other path also? So in earth, say in metal meridian, should it enter through water point, or should it enter through the metal point? It should enter through metal point, right? So it is entering through the, let's say I am taking the example of spleen meridian here. Let's say I am taking the example of spleen meridian. The screen is visible. Okay, fine, it is visible. So, and the energy of the spleen is, it is associated with earth, and its energy is humidity. So it has to enter through humidity point, but this humidity point is one of those 5 shoe points. Okay, so that is why I am trying to say this. The horary point is one of those 5 shoe points for the yin organs. So for as of now, you just understand that it is the horary point is through which the energy enters the meridian, as well as it is a point through which I can access the energy. The humidity, the key which is more predominant in humidity, enters through the humidity point, and also it is the point through which I am able to access it. For individual meridian, like each of the meridian, which is associated different 5 elements, that particular, for let's say for lungs meridian, it will be dryness, which will be dryness point will be the horary point. So in simple words, horary point is the point through which the energy enters the meridian, and in yin organs, that point which enters is the element point of the meridian. Okay. I'm just write it here. So horary point, it is the point through which he enters the meridian. Okay. In yin meridians, this point is the element point of the meridian. So this is specific to yin meridians. Okay, but general definition is this. What is a horary point? Horary point is a point through which the key enters. And what is a 5-shoe point? 5-shoe point is what? 5-shoe point is it is the points through which individual energies of 5 elements can be accessed. Okay. This much is clear? Clear to everyone? Simple. So simple. Energy enters through horary point, and it can be accessed through these 5 individual points. Okay. Clear. The energy which is entering is common to everyone. Common to everyone in the universe. But your requirement is not same as the other person, right? It is different. It is unique. Your requirement of energy is unique compared to other people in the world. So it has to be customized, right? Okay. Say there is, let's say there is a thorn of cloth. Okay, you know this, right? So there is the cloth comes in big thorn, big big bundles. The cloth which comes in the big bundle, but that cloth of the thorn has to be stitched according to your size, right? It has to be customized. So thorn cloth is what? Common, but it has to be cut and stitched to your individual dimensions. So this is customization. So right, which came in as a common thing, now it has to be customized to your specific size, right? This process, how does it happen in the key? We will try to understand this. Okay. What makes what gives the individuality in human body? Okay, I'll give you an example. Say there is white rice. Okay. White rice. Now, there are different people who eat that white rice. Okay. Say someone who has a fair complexion eats that white rice. Someone who has medium complexion also eats that. Someone who has dark complexion also eats that same white rice. Now, after eating the white rice, should the dark complexion become fairer? Say you ate, somebody who is dark complexion ate the white rice. The skin should become white logically. Yes, no. You are putting something which is more white, right? Logically, it should become, bro, is it not? Say to a dark paint, you add some white color, so it will become fairer, right? The paint. So you are adding something white into your body, but it doesn't become white. Why? Why it doesn't become white? Huh? Type. Why it doesn't become white? No. Okay, it doesn't become white, but I am asking why. Huh? Let's say somebody eats dark chocolate. Okay. So now the fair person should become dark for one day until the food gets digested. The dark chocolate that the person ate, no, the fair complexion should become dark, or the dark complexion should become more dark. It doesn't happen. Why? Because whatever you eat, okay, whatever you eat, okay, whatever you eat, so before it gets converted into the body, there is a process through which it goes through, and that process is custom tuned for yourself. It goes through customization. Whatever you eat, it will be customized for your body requirements. Either you eat white rice, you eat red rice, you eat whatever kind of rice. If you're not able to see what I'm writing,
It's clearly visible, sir.
Clearly visible. It's let's see. Okay. See, whatever it goes through a customization, just like that customization of tan. Tan is same, but when you cut it and stitch it to your individual dimension, it becomes yours. So this process which does the customization, what does that customization in the body? What does the customization? Type your answers. So it gets converted, but what does that conversion? There is some specific answer that I am looking for. At least those who know. No, everybody has metabolism. No, no. It is you, so unique that it is not there in anybody else. Okay, genes. Okay, what is the genes in terms of TCM? Huh? So in terms of TCM, we can say that it is, what can we say? Yes, it is coming out. It is called as kidney essence. Okay, this kidney essence is what makes it very unique. Whatever comes, it make sure that it fits according to your requirement. Okay, see, I'm not able to make out if my screens are visible. Okay, like what are you seeing on the screen? Is it my whiteboard, or like are you seeing something, or you're not seeing anything? Are you seeing whiteboard?
Yes, sir.
Whiteboard. Okay, strange. For me, it is not visible. Okay, I will disconnect my phone and I will reconnect. Okay, so please make it co-host once again.
Sure, sir. Okay. Others who are unable to view, please try to rejoin. Thank you.
Recording in progress.
Okay, it is visible. Okay, good. So I was trying to make a point that kidney essence is your customization. And there is a coding for every cell in the body. Okay, there are trillions of cells, and there is a coding for every cell that this is how it should be. Okay, this is how it should function. All the guidelines. Okay, customization is guidelines. So all these guidelines are stored in kidney essence. This is as per TCM. Okay. Now, so let's say there is a common thing which is coming, which is general, general key. See? And this customization is coming from kidney essence. So this is customization. Okay. Now both general and custom comes, and the energy which is coming out after both of this kind of merge, it is customized energy. Okay, so the food that you eat, okay, it is coming, say you eat potatoes, and that potato is common for everyone, but as soon as it goes inside, it becomes blood, and that blood is very unique. Okay, your blood is unique to yourself, irrespective of the groups and all. The way the composition of the blood is unique. Even though you ate a common food, the content is very unique. Everybody's blood is different. Okay, so the blood which is flowing inside the body is customized energy. Okay, this is what I have written. Customized energy, which is working inside the body. Okay, now the organs require energy, right? The organs require energy. Which energy should they take? Should they take the general key, or should they take customized key? So there is, let's say your liver is there, and the liver requires energy to function. So should it take the general key, or which has been customized to you? Should it take which one? It should take customized energy, right? Because that is specifically done for you. The energy has been remolded for your specific requirements. Okay, so let's say I will just write it as liver is there. Okay, and the meridian is flowing. Okay, and the energy entered here through, say, horary point. The key entered. Okay, now there is kidney essence here. Okay, so this kidney essence sends it customized energy. Okay, no, I will explain this little bit more. A mold to which this general key becomes part. Okay, and this part is called to what is this? Parker Webster. Don't draw. Okay. So I was writing that the kidney essence sends that customized energy to organ source point, and from there the energy is going to liver, and this energy is customized, and this energy is at the horary point, it is generic, and the customizing energy which is coming from kidney essence, this is the mold through which it customizes. Okay, so simple, isn't it? So generic comes, it is influenced through a mold, and then the output is customized. Okay, so far so clear? I see some confused expressions in some faces. Confused, huh? Okay, you will understand this. Okay, if there is some confusion, I will So the point at which the customization happens is called as organ source point. All of this I had to do, so I will explain. Okay, I will re-explain it. Okay. So for like, if you are getting confused, ignore the kidney essence. Okay, just no, ignore the kidney essence. Just understand the what I am trying to explain here. Say you all would have seen this, no, the snack maker, the Indian snack maker. Most of you would have seen it, right? So you put a dough and you press it, you will get the different types, designs of the dough, right? You get it, right? You know, all of you have seen. No, kuch to karo, kuch do something. Yes, you all know, have seen it, right? So now it has different types of dice. Okay, small die. One is star, one is circle, one is triangle. All different types of. So depending on the die, see, irrespective of whatever dough you put, the die will decide what is the shape and size of the output will be. This is the output, right? So if you have put a star die, you either put a ragi flour, rice flour, wheat flour, whichever dough you put, at the end of it, it will become like this shape and size and come, isn't it? Right? So this is the kidney essence. It is like a mold. So once, and it is very unique for you. Okay. So whatever food you put, whatever medicine you put, at the end of it, it will mold it into what is required for you. Right? So this, so organ source point is the place through which the organ receives the energy. It is a master point for that organ. Okay. And that is the place where the key gets modified as per your genetic mapping. You can also call this as genetic mapping. The kidney essence can be called as genetic mapping. So that is why, irrespective of you eat brown color food, red color food, green color food, your skin tone is the same. Okay. So the food gets molded into your existing genetic mapping. So through horary point, the energy entered, and at the organ source point, the energy got modified as per your genetic mapping. Okay. This part is clear. Up to this part is clear. And now the organ takes, let's say 10 units of energy came through horary point. Okay. Now let's say some organ is there and it is taking the energy. So the organ took 8 units of energy. Okay. Out of this 10, 8 units came to the organ. Let's say it is heart. Okay. And what happened? The other two units remains extra. Okay. So now what will happen to these 2 units? So what will happen to the 2 units? So there is a reserve in the human body. So the extra energy which is there in the meridian is sent to the reservoir. Okay. So 2 units of energy is extra. So the 2 units of energy is sent to the reservoir. And from which point does it send to the reservoir? it is sent through a point called as Z cleft point. Okay. So the point through which the energy enters is horary point, and the point at which the energy gets customized and is called organ source point, and organ source point is the master point of the meridian through which the organ taps and takes the energy. Okay, and whatever is remaining is sent to reservoir through Z cleft point. So 3 points so far clear: horary, organ source, and Z cleft. Yeah, organ source point is also called as yuan organ source point. So these 3 points are clear. Tell yes, no, do something. Okay, fine. How many of you did not understand? Click on raise hand button. How many of you did not understand? Yes, this is currently what we are discussing is like superficial key or heavenly key, which is coming from the cosmos. So only one person did not understand, the rest all understood. Vijay, what did you what you did not understand? Type it. So it is as simple as this. So there is no, what is screen showing? Okay, it is as simple as this. There is tan. Okay, now it got stitched, tailored. Okay, so this tan is general and the tailored one is specific. Specific or customized for you. Okay, now you wear it. You wear the cloth, and the extra cloth you put it in cupboard. Extra cloth you put it in cupboard. Simple. So this tan is your general key and tailoring part, okay, which is converted into your measurement, is happening at organ source. Organ source point. So this is general key is entering at, let's say, horary point. Okay, and then after wearing whatever is extra you are putting in cupboard. No, this putting into cupboard is happening at what? It is happening at Z cleft point. Okay. So these three should be fairly simple enough to understand. Okay. No, don't. Okay, somebody is asking if excess key is going into reservoir Then what is the question of yin yang excess? See, when I say ki is made up of what? Ki is made up of what? Ki is made up of yin and yang. So let's say this is yin and this is yang, and the whole part, the whole circle, you call it as ki. Ki is equal to yin plus yang. Okay. So like this has more details to it, which we will discuss in future classes. So for time being, you understand this much. Okay. Horary point, place where it enters, organ source point, where it gets customized, and this is the master point. Master point of the meridian, and this is where the organ takes the energy from, and whatever extra energy is there, it is put it into reservoir through Cleft point. Where is that reservoir? What is that reservoir? All that we will learn later. Okay. So far, so good. Okay. Now we will go to, okay, so this is I will skip this point. For those who did not understand, you can skip this point, but for those who understood, it is basically there are yin meridians and yang meridians. So for yin meridians, this rule applies. Okay. What is a horary point for water meridian? That is the kidney meridian, kidney or urinary bladder. Okay. It is the water point of the 5 shoe points that we discussed. Okay. So similarly, the fire point of the heart or small intestine meridian is called as the horary point for it. So similarly, the metal point of the 5 shoe points for lungs and large intestine, it is a horary point. The earth point is the horary point for the spleen and stomach, and wood point is the horary point for liver and gallbladder. So if you have not understood it, just ignore this slide. Okay, don't worry about it. You understand the way that I explained. Okay. So next we will come to meridian's own point. Okay, so next we will come to Leo connecting point. Okay, see, all the meridians are interconnected. Okay, all the meridians are interconnected. So now let's say we discussed that the meridians are in pairs. Okay, so the key is having yin and yang. So similarly, there is a pair of, let's say this is earth and this is fire. For earth, there is spleen and stomach. For fire, we have heart and small intestine. Okay. So now the energy is flowing inside this also. It is so the energy is flowing inside this also. The energy is flowing inside this also. Okay. The energy is flowing inside this also, and the energy is flowing in this also. Right? There are 4 sets of energy flowing in the individual meridian. Now, if like these two, spleen and stomach, belong to the same category of the earth, okay, they are closely connected. Okay, And this meridians are also called like husband and wife. Husband and wife. Okay. So spleen is husband. That is yin. And stomach is wife. That is yang. Okay. Now, if there is any energy shortage or excess, okay. So if the husband, no, if the wife requires money, what she will, whom will the first person that she would ask is husband. Okay. So there has to be, and if the husband requires money and if wife has extra money, he will ask the wife. So there is a first level of exchange of energy between, say, if there is no energy exchange which is supposed to happen between the husband and wife meridian. So there is a point called as Leo connecting point. So even this is a Leo connecting point of let's say this is spleen and Leo connecting point of stomach. So the tapping point through which the spleen can take the energy from stomach, or the stomach can take the energy from spleen. Okay. So the point through which the paired meridians. So we call this as what? Spleen and stomach is what? Paired meridians, right? So the point through which the paired meridians exchange energy. The points through which paired meridians exchange energy is called as Leo connecting point. So understood? This is clear. So similarly, say heart will have one Leo connecting point and small intestine will have another Leo connecting point, and they will exchange energy through that. Okay. So through Leo connecting point, spleen and stomach will exchange energy, and let's say heart and small intestine will exchange energy. But what is not? The energy cannot be exchanged through this and this. This pair will do the energy exchange, this pair will do the energy exchange, but the energy cannot be exchanged between these two pairs using Leo connecting point. So it is not possible, right? So the energy exchange between the Leo connecting point is the point through which the energy gets exchanged through within paired meridians only. Okay. Clear so far? So far clear? Huh? When I see the faces, no, I don't feel that you guys are understanding. Huh? Some confusion? Some people would have understood. Okay. No confusion. Clear. See, out of like we have close to how many people? like 170 odd, no?
179, sir.
Yeah, 179. So at least 17 people should respond. Ignore this husband wife if you don't understand, or no, if there is any confusion, just ignore it. Yeah. Okay. Now let's proceed. Now we will try to understand how, say, through Leo connecting point, it cannot connect, say, between the two different pairs. So how will it connect? So there should be some other mechanism, right? Say if there is extra energy in, let's say, spleen. So spleen has, let's say, excess energy. Okay. Extra energy. And it wants to share it with some other organ. So what is the mechanism through which the exchange happens is what we will try to understand now. So this Leo connecting point, all of them will have all the meridians, each pair will have its own set of Leo connecting point. So every meridian will have its own Leo connecting point. Okay. So if there are 12 meridians will have its own Leo connecting point. So now we will go to the mechanism of the exchange of energy between different pair of meridians. Okay. So now if you see this here, I am trying to represent say each meridian will have its 5 shoe points, okay, where the 5 elements can be tapped, can be accessed. Okay, so let's say this is the heart meridian, which is representing the fire, and it has its own 5 set of points, that is earth, metal, wood, water, and fire. Okay, earth, metal, wood, water, and fire. So this earth, metal, wood, water, and fire is there in all the different set of meridians. Now this heart meridian, so similarly spleen meridian is there, which is representing earth, and lungs meridian is there, which is representing the metal, and kidney meridian is there, which is representing water, and the liver meridian is there, which is representing the wood element. Okay, and this is the creative cycle. Like from wood, the energy goes to the fire, and from fire it goes to the earth, and from earth it goes to the metal, and from metal it goes to the water, and from water it once again comes back to the wood. So this creative cycle and control cycle we will learn later. Okay, at some point of time. I'm only trying to explain how the energy exchange happens. Okay, so we will learn this creative control cycle in detail later. Now, say there is, let's say, extra energy here. So there is more energy in this heart. Okay. Now, this heart meridian has to, say, some other meridian has to take that energy. Let's say, say earth meridian has to take, say earth meridian is less. So now it is deficient. So it has to take the energy from the heart meridian because it is excess. Okay. How will the connection happen? So between, let's say, between heart and small intestine, heart and small intestine. It happened through which point? It happened through Leo connecting point. So it connected through Leo connecting point. But outside. So now it is supposed to give to spleen. So who will give to the spleen? It will be who is more, which this meridian is predominant with which energy? It is with the fire. So if it has to go out, it has to go to through the fire, and it has to connect to the sorry, hold on. So this now this fire has to connect to earth. How will the connection happen is what we will see. The connection is for the earth. So which is the point? The earth point. So the earth point will connect to which point? It is supposed to connect to the fire. Okay. So the earth point of the fire will connect to the fire point of the earth. Okay. Let's say the spleen is having extra energy and it is supposed to send to, let's say, wood. Okay. Wood is having less energy. So from earth to wood, it is supposed to spend. So how will the connection happen? So the wood point of the spleen will connect to the what point of the wood? It will connect to the earth point of the wood. Wood point of the earth will connect to the earth point of the wood. Okay. Let's say similarly, if there is no extra energy in spleen and it wants to send to lungs. Okay. How will the connection happen? The metal point of earth will connect to the earth point of the metal. The metal point of the earth will connect to the earth point of the metal. This is slightly complicated, slightly, not too much. If you are not getting the crux of it, just ignore for time being. Okay. But for those who are understanding, I'm explaining this point. Say now, if the energy is supposed to go, say from earth to, say, kidney, how will it happen? So the energy will go from water point of spleen, that is earth, to the earth point of the water. Okay. So the connection will happen like this. So this is called as mother and son connection. Okay. We can discuss this little bit more in detail in some other point. So if you are finding it little confusing, just ignore it. So this is what I have written. So the exchange of energy is through wood point of fire meridian connects to the fire point of the wood meridian, and the fire point of earth meridian connects to the earth point of the fire meridian. So this is how the connection will happen. So this is called as See, here we will not look into the sequence. Like everything should be connected to everything, right? Nima is asking, shouldn't the sequence be water, wood, fire rather than wood, water, fire, wood? No, in the figure I have given it in the creative cycle way. Okay. So this is called as this is how the exchange between different pairs of energy, different pairs of meridians happen. Different pairs which belong to different elements will happen. Okay. So within the same pair, it is simple. Through low connecting point, it will happen. But if it has to exchange with other pairs, then so it will happen through the mother and son points. Okay. To summarize, so these are the points which exist in all the 12 meridians. What are those? That is the point through which the energy enters the meridian. The point through which the point, so horary point is the point through which the energy enters the meridian. It is there in all the 12 meridians. And the organ source point. What is the organ source point? The point where the key gets modified or customized. Okay. And for in meridians, it is the earth point of that meridian. So if, okay, I will not go into this. Okay, just understand key organ source point is a point where the key gets modified. And the Z cleft point is the point at which the excess energy gets stored into the reservoir. Okay. And the fourth point, it is okay, the communication between the same pair of meridians. Okay, the same pair that is of the same element. The communication of energy, exchange of energy happens through the Leo connecting point. And the exchange of energy between other elements happens through the mother sun points. Okay. And the five points through which the 5 individual energies of the key can be accessed is called as 5 shoe points. Okay. Clear? Some 3-4 people have told yes. Okay. So this was about the meridians, okay, which are common for all the points which are common for all the meridians. And apart from this, there are other points. Each point will do something else, it has its own function, and it is a detailed discussion which we will have sometime in the future. But this is the common points which is there in all the meridians. So any questions on this? Any questions? So anybody who has questions, raise the hand. Yes, Asha Praveen. Okay, hold on. Okay. Yeah. What is your question? you have to keep your surrounding silent. Okay.
Sir, actually, when you told the sun and mother point, so mother point is the point before, I mean, like when we take this fire point and next earth point. So fire point is the mother point and earth point is the sun point, right, sir?
Written here. Okay. See, the sun point is the point which connects to the sun element.
Oh.
Mother point is the point which connects to the mother element.
Okay. According to that element point is called the mother point, and
Yes.
the mother point will give the energy to the sun point of that element sun. Is that the concept in this?
Okay, what I will do, I will explain this concept more when I take up the creative cycle. Okay.
Okay,
At that
sir.
point, I will explain.
Okay. But let me understand. Now, mother point means the element like in the heart, mother point
The
is
problem
fire.
is, no, the problem is if I explain you, others will get confused. Okay.
Okay, sir.
I
I'll
will
wait.
explain it in the creative control cycle.
Okay, sir. I'll wait. Thank you.
Okay. Who else? Nadira.
Sir, in midday, in organic clock cycle, how the bad organs through which points they are communicating, sir?
Repeat the question.
In organic organ cycle,
Uh-huh.
organ clock, sorry, sir, organ clock.
Yeah.
How they through which points they are communicating pad on organ pad?
Okay. See, organ clock. No, I will see organ clock uses this method. Okay, you can. It is not. Okay, the organ clock is the process through which the energy gets shared between those 12 pairs or the 24 the 12 meridians. Okay. So imagine that there is a mother. Okay. The mother is there and there are 12 children sitting around the mother. Now she has to feed the 12 children. So what she will do, she will mix the rice in the bowl and she will take one morsel of that handful and she will first feed one child and then she will go feed the second child, third child, fourth child, fifth child. So similarly up to 12 child. And then she will come back to the first child. Okay. So the feeding happens. Okay. So the organ clock is the process of how the cosmos, which is the mother, the nature, which is the mother, how she feeds us the body, the 12 meridians. Okay. So when we discuss the organ clock, I will discuss it more. Now I will not discuss it because it is off the topic of the
Okay.
of the as of now. Clear? So I will discuss it when I take the organ clock.
Thank you, sir.
Anybody else has any question on this?
Yeah, sir. Can you just make it clear, yin and yang thing?
Yeah. Ask.
I mean, you had told na ke heart is. I mean, where it went right. In the lower connecting point, you had told ke spleen is yin and stomach is
Okay.
yang. Sorry, you vice versa.
See, okay. What is a yin organ? What is the definition of a yin organ?
Which stays inside, works continuously.
See, I have come across two different versions of the same thing. Okay. Yin organ is which functions continuously. Say there is lungs and large intestine. Okay. Lungs functions continuously 24 hours. But large intestine has its function is mainly while defecation. Right. Even though even in the other point, it will be collecting the food. So when only, okay, let us put it in this way. Only when you put the food, the large intestine has to work. When you don't put the food, large intestine is not working. So large intestine is working in intervals as and when needed. What is continuously functioning is yin. What is working as and when required is yang. This is the definition. And when they say husband and wife, so this definition of yin and yang is fixed throughout all the books. Okay. Was this the question that you had, or you had the husband wife? Was the question? Who or was it? Vijay. You muted yourself, huh? So I'm
Yeah, it
allowing
was husband and wife, sir.
husband and
Husband.
see, in some places what I have heard is husband works more compared to wife. So they have compared it to yin organs. Husband is yin and yang is wife. Okay, in this concept. But in some places, I'm hesitant to get into these realms because I don't want to confuse people. Nurturing, when you take in terms of nurturing, who is more nurturing?
Mother.
Mother is more nurturing. And who is nurturing between yin and yang?
Yin is nurturing.
Yin is nurturing. So when you see it in this concept, some places it is written the nurturing part. The yin is wife. Okay. So like there are two different versions of it. So, but as of now, you don't, you can ignore the husband and wife if it is confusing. Just understand it as yin and yang. Yin is which is continuously working, and the yang is working as and when required. Make sense?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Um,
But husband is working continuously and wife is working when
intermittently. See, say when the husband goes to see now, we can't. Whenever this was created, it was in some different time. Many hundred thousands of years back. We cannot compare the same thing now, right? So no, your argument maybe wife also works
continuously.
yeah. Now, yeah, she will be working. Earlier, she used to be in the home. She used to get rest in between. But now it doesn't happen. So now that husband-wife correlation makes no sense. So you understand it as continuous is yin, and whichever happens ad hoc is yang. Okay.
Yes, sir. So one more thing, I'll ask you later. I'll just see once and I'll ask you again. I have one more thing.
Yeah. Anybody else? Anybody else has any other question? Okay. Interesting that everybody understood. I'll mute you.
Sir, this generalized chi is kidney essence itself, no, sir?
No. Generalized key is what we are getting through. Say you can understand it as Tan is the general key and the Taylor is the kidney essence.
Okay. And organ source is also, okay, kidney essence is okay, sir.
Kidney essence is the Taylor. So he always stitches it. Whatever Tan you give, he stitches it to your size.
Yes,
so
sir.
And okay. So because you are unique in the entire existence.
And you had given one more example of that sevaya, how you make, na? That all the different shape which you had shown, that is kidney essence.
Yeah, kidney essence is no, it is the mold.
Yeah, mold.
Whatever you put, once it goes through kidney essence, like it customizes for you. Say if no, if a banana, if you give banana, okay, so monkey eats the banana becomes monkey. A cow eats the banana becomes cow. A male eats the banana becomes the male body. Okay, a female eats the banana becomes a female body. The banana is the same, but the mold which is there in each of these different animals or different person is different. So once you put the banana in through that mold, it molds it as and as per the mold. And that is happening through kidney essence. The kidney essence of monkey is different, which is as per the requirements of the monkey. The kidney essence of the cow is as per the cow. Kidney essence of male is different, and the kidney essence of female is different. Everything is unique.
Yes, sir. One more slide you had just shown, kidney essence, liver and horary point, something rolling down. Can you just get back to that? It was not, it was too fast actually.
Which one was that?
In that you had not this one.
I had written, huh?
No, you had not written it. It was drawn.
This is which one? This thing. This one should be one of these. Okay, so let's see if anybody else has any question. So if you have any other question, you can type it or you can raise your hand. Okay, Miren Moideen. Miren Moideen.
Yes, sir. Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Okay. My doubt is regarding the Leo connecting point. Leo connecting point, when we use, does that point balance the other element with the sufficient energy, or it will go again imbalance with like a slide seesaw? For example, here stomach and spleen is there. Now spleen is weak, so I am transferring the energy from stomach to spleen. In this case, the spleen gets the sufficient energy, and again the spleen gets more energy from the stomach, and the stomach goes down by using it, or when it comes to balance, the energy gets stops.
See, it is okay. I will try to explain it in a different way. Okay. See, this is a slightly advanced thing to explain. In this is a basic thing, but I'll because you have asked this question, I'll try to explain it. See, it is something like this. Okay, so let's say the husband wants some money. Okay, so would he first go to the bank to borrow money, or he would first ask the wife?
He ask wife.
It is easier, no? It is less complicated. So he would first ask the wife. So I will have to you can mute. I will explain this concept, and then if required, you further raise your hand.
Okay.
Okay. See, it is something like this. So it is, see, those who have not understood the creative and control cycle, don't worry if it is becoming too complicated. This, when I explain in detail, I will explain it once again. So let's say if the situation is such that let's say this is heart and small intestine. Let's say this is fire. Now the situation, like say, instead of, if the situation is like this, say normal is 5 and 5. Okay, so now it is 10. So if all of the elements are 10, it is balanced situation. So all of them are 5 and 5. Okay. Now, if the situation becomes such that this is so this becomes 4 and this becomes 6. Okay. So now say the yin has become 4 and the yang has become 6. But still, as the energy, it is still 10. Okay. So in this situation, what will happen? It will try to connect through the Leo connecting point. So the energy, it will try to exchange within itself. Okay. So it will try to come back to the normal. It will try to come back to the normal and become 5 and 5. Okay. So now it is right. Now imagine a situation where now it is become such that the entire circle, both stomach and spleen, has reduced. And now it has become such that it is, say, 3 and 3. So now can it use? So now instead of 10, it has become 6. Now can it take from one another? No, it cannot take from one another. So what it has to do? It has to take from, it will first try to take from the mother. So this is the mother. So if this is the fire, this is the wood. So wood is the mother. So it will try to take more from the mother so that it can expand and become 10. So if, let's say, mother has extra energy. So if she has, let's say, 14. Okay. So 7 and 7. So she has more. The mother has more. So now what it will do? It will give that extra 4 to the fire. So the fire will become 10 and the wood will also become 10 from 14. So the wood has reduced the energy to give to the fire so that both of them are compensate. Say imagine you are burning wood, you are putting it into the you are cooking a meal and the fire has become less. Okay, fire has become less. So what you do, you add the wood to the stove so that the fire becomes more. If the stock of the wood itself is less, so will you add the wood? No. So it has to find some other ways. So either now it has to give to the sun, right? This is sun, that is the earth. So instead of giving full amount to the sun, it will give less to the sun. because it itself doesn't have. So the essence of this is, first it will try to exchange the energy within itself, or second it will try to take more energy from the mother, or third it will try to give less energy to the sun, or it will also there is some controlled and controlling organs, right? This fire is controlled by water, and the fire controls the metal. This is metal and this is water. So it will try to find some means to get that extra energy from either this or this. When it is not able to get that much energy, then it will start becoming weaker and weaker and weaker. So now what you have to do at this point of time, you have to give the treatment so that the extra energy comes from nature. You add from nature into this, so that from 6 it grows to 10. Okay, first it will try to do internal management, first level. This is the first level, and then it comes to the second level. That also, if it is not working, it goes to the third. Probably this is say 4th and 5th. So it is not getting the energy what it requires within the entire cycle. So at that time, the disease starts becoming prominent. So at that time, what you have to do, you have to either put that extra energy through cosmos or through food or medications. Okay, so that it becomes big. So clear? Is this part clear? What I was trying to explain? This is slightly advanced. No. Did it make sense? Anybody else has any question? So we still have some 12 minutes left. If it is too much, just ignore. See, reverse key, excess key is when the key has become more in the organ. Say if this is, say 5 and 5, let's say this is spleen and stomach. So, okay, I can write it here. So let's say this is the normal range. So this is 5 and 5. Okay, this is normal. So now if it becomes like this, so now it becomes 4 and 4. So the entire key is what? Key is equal to yin plus yang. Okay, so now the entire key has reduced. So this situation we call it as key deficiency. Okay, the energy has reduced a little bit. Okay, but the balance between the yin and the yang is still it is maintained, 4 and 4. Okay, so this situation we call it as key deficiency. Okay, now let's say it further reduces. So now, so let's say yin yang, yin yang. So let's say this is yin and yang. So the yang is 4. Now how much is this? So this is 10, this is 8, and this is 7. But here what has happened? The balance between the yin and the yang has got disturbed. So here what has become less? Here the yin has become less in comparison to yang. So we call this situation as yin deficiency. Okay. Now let's say it is in some other form. It has become like this. So the yin is 4 and the yang is 3. So here also what is the situation? It is 7. So now what do we call this situation as? We call this situation as yang is less compared to yin. So we call this as yang deficiency. Okay. Now we will take another example. So I will try to write it here. I don't have enough space. Okay, I will write it again. So let's say this is the normal. In 5, yang is 5, this is normal. Now there is a situation where it became like this. So yin is, let's say 7 and yang is still 5. Now what is key here is equal to 5 plus 5, which is equal to 10. Here key is equal to 7 plus 5, which is equal to 12. Okay. So this is a situation of excess yin. So excess yin, generally it is mentioned in the terms of either say wind cold attack on lungs or cold, excess cold in large intestine, excess cold in stomach. All of this is excess yin situation. And if the opposite happens, let's say it is something like this. If yin is 5 and yang is, let's say 7. So here also key is equal to 5 plus 7, which is equal to 12. So this situation, it is excess yang. Okay. Here, what are the kind of situations will fall in this? Stomach heat, liver heat, heart fire blazing. Okay. These are the kind of excess yang situations which fall under this category. Okay. So there are more details to it. Okay. Which I will not go in today's class because this is a very basic class. So I hope this made sense. So okay, Maria Antonia, you are asking what is the Cleft point, where the energy is stored? That is what I told. What is that energy? What is that reservoir? Where it is stored? How it is stored? All of that is a future things which we will discuss in the future class. See, once again, there are hundreds and hundreds of situations. If mother is less, son is less, both mother and son is less, the controller is less, the controlled is more. There are hundreds and hundreds of situations. This is where you become, you understand all of this different permutation and combination. That is when you gain mastery over the subject. Okay. So in this one session, I will not be able to cover all the hundreds and hundreds of different permutation and combination. So I hope you all enjoyed today's class. Was it useful? Did you all enjoy? Okay, fine. So if you enjoyed, you can put it in the group so that more people know will be motivated to join the classes. Okay, so with this, I thank all of you and give the session back to the host. Okay.
Extremely thankful to you, sir. And from all of Joshi's Kerala group for such an exciting session. We thank you from our bottom of the heart because you explained with so much patience, answering the questions again and again about and very much interested to clear all the doubts of the participants. So from the bottom of our heart, thank you so much, sir. And you're helping us develop this art of healing so well by understanding every keen information of organ source point, horary point, and Cleft points, how to, I think in the future, we'll be learning more how to control all of them to make ourselves healthy. So from all of us, on behalf of all of us, a great gratitude to you. And thank you so much, sir. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Good night, sir. Good night, participants.